Hello everyone. Today we will be going over the project of Group 15, that is question answering with a search engine. I'm Lohit Kumar Bhambore and I will be covering the first part of the project, the web crawling part, which is followed by indexing with Lucene, BERT indexing, web interface, question answering, and a few demos for you. So most of us are familiar with the crawling architecture of websites. I'm not going to go over that. So we actually crawled Wikipedia, Stack Overflow, Reddit, WikiHow, and we've also covered a multitude of topics that's science, technology, sports, maths, politics, drama, philosophy, psychology, art, love, and poetry. We were able to get 500 megabytes of data, and we handled more websites and more topics so that we are able to answer questions from diverse topics. And there is no common architecture for the web crawlers because each one has a distinct crawling approach depending on the structure of the websites. We also had multiple JSON files, which are ultimately merged into one.
I will be talking about indexing with Lucene and specifically about the indexing strategy that we used. Now, since a URL is not useful for searching purposes, we do not index on it, but every other data, that is the title, content, and comments, are stored, indexed, and tokenized. Now, comments are also not useful for searching purposes, but in our case, the comments were from the Stack Exchange websites and Reddit, which sometimes contain answers, and they also have an upward and downward system, which makes it useful for ranking the documents. Now, we have two ways in which we index the data. After we indexed on the combined data, we observed that the results were often skewed towards a particular website, and that is probably because of the limited data that we had. So alternatively, we index on each website data separately and return the top 3 results for a particular query. And finally, we display them in a sorted fashion. On the right, you can see a demo for the same.
So in this presentation, we will be talking about Lucene indexing and how we modify our data for Lucene indexing. So we crawl data from multiple sites such as Stack Exchange, WikiHow, and Reddit. So as the data structure was different for each website, we had to handle indexing separately. All the data we stored was stored in the form of a JSON so that they have a uniform structure. We handled each data separately and index them separately as the keys in data for different sources vary. We also combine the data from different sources and index them on to see if there is any accuracy changes. So to aggregate all the data from several websites into a single JSON file, we build a Python script. We also index the file in an alternative way, where each file is indexed and queried independently. We then return the top key result.
BERT uses a transform model because it identifies the context of a given word in the document, and also same word can have multiple embeddings based on the location and the context in which it appears. So we have used the beta model for tokenizing and also for building the model. So because it's best used for semantic search, which is our use case. So based on our use case, we have to remove stop words from the document and also have to employ splitting techniques. So in splitting, we divide our long sentences into chunks of length 500 and then index each of them separately. We also have to maintain the same index for all these chunks of the same document. So we maintain a JSON file which holds the index of these documents. In the query phase, we use this JSON file again to get back the document that is indexed, which is returned by the BERT. This is a quick demo of our BERT index. So we have written a separate file to query the index. And these are the results we got from that, and these are the indexes of the documents in the original sentences.
Hi everyone, my name is Satish and I will be going over how we handle batches in BERT in our program. So what do I mean by batches in BERT? So basically BERT cannot handle large volumes of data efficiently. That is why we divide our input data into batches and give it to BERT. So how do we handle batches in our program? We have data from multiple websites and then we take every single document from that website and stretch the content down to 500 words. Then we combine all these documents into a into a batch size of 500. Then we give all these batches to a particular main pool of documents. Now I'll be showing you a demo of a web application. So I've typed in here a query that when is the next football. Then I'll select Lucene index for the first one. I'll click on search. It will show me all the queries containing our title, description, and the score. If I click on it, it will open up the page where we crawled our index from.